Service department to a fine selection of quality new and used vehicles. They're committed to doing things the right way. So whether you're looking for a new Chevrolet, car, truck, or SUV, you'll find real savings and the kind of stellar customer service that keeps people coming back for years to come. Ed Rogers Chevrolet in Sparta, the best deal and service you won't find anywhere else.
Make the places you care about more comfortable and energy efficient with TVA Energy Right. It all starts at EnergyRight.com, where you can find everything you need to lower your energy usage for your home or your business. Contact Caney Fork Electric Energy Advisors at 931-473-3116 or go to EnergyRight.com to start living and working more energy efficiently. Caney Fork Electric along with EnergyRight.com for all your energy needs. Brought to you by Caney Fork Electric Cooperative and TVA.
It's auction time in Tennessee on Saturday, May 2nd at 10 a.m. We'll be selling 32.09 acres located at 6530 Short Mountain Road in Warren County. This is wooded recreational land with 2 ponds, great for hunting and fishing and enjoying the great outdoors. We will be selling this property at the Blues Hill Church of Christ at 7321 Short Mountain Road. For more info, go to dmsimpson.com or give us a call at 473-LAND.
Why don't you head over to Chicken Chef and enjoy a fresh made-to-order meal or choose from the all-time favorite like the Chicken Nugget Dinner. Stop in for breakfast, order right off the menu with sausage, gravy, fresh homemade biscuits, or try their delicious tenderloin, egg, and cheese biscuit, just to name a few. Whatever your taste buds call for, you're sure to find it at Chicken Chef. They've been serving Warren and surrounding counties for over 40 years. Stop in today, Chicken Chef on the Strip in McMinnville. You can call your order in to go at 473-5020.
Wake up, y'all, we're on the job from the courthouse square to your old front lawn. We're laughing, we're live, and we're rolling you on from Main Street Heart to the factory mob. You're tuned to Town Talk with Raven and Rob.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Town Talk with Raven and Rob.
I'm going to need the lyrics to that song.
I can get them for you. I think I gave them to you.
Some of them are really confusing. I just don't understand them. We're laughing, we're live, we're
I don't.
Something that rhymes with mob.
I could tell you the lyrics if the song was playing right now. I can't tell you the lyrics without the song playing.
We need to talk to our lyricist.
I can look them up for you.
He ain't Bernie Taupin, that's for sure.
You know what? It's catchy, and that's all that matters. Good morning, everyone. Oh, man, we've already got everybody jumping in the comments
here.
That
says so much about your musical taste.
Good morning, Paul and Tracy. We've got Wendy and Riley, Dwayne, Sarah Reed's watching. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great morning so far. Let's get it kicked off with Town Talk with Raven and Rob.
How's your morning so far?
Well.
Barely started, that's how. Barely.
Arr!
Don't you even.
That's how my morning is.
Someone gave Raven a big knife.
A big knife. As camera can see it right now.
I'll take poor judgment for 200, Alex.
Well, considering it is, do we want to play a little bit behind baseball here?
It's rubber.
It's rubber. It bends.
It's a pretend
It's
knife.
not a real weapon, guys.
It's a prop. But you see at that end there?
It was not
how
sharp.
It comes to a point?
You were so dramatic.
Let me poke you with it.
Okay, do it. You were so dramatic. I poked myself with it. It's rubber, Rob. It does not hurt. You're probably the most dramatic person ever.
Get off me.
Yeah, somebody gave us a prop.
I have sensitive skin. I'm old.
Okay. From the TV show Black Sails.
It was our
guest.
new good friend,
yes,
Bruce
Vensnell.
Bruce Vensnell, yes.
Yes. He came on a couple weeks ago, and if y'all don't remember that interview, you should go back and find it because he was super interesting.
He was really, really cool. Yeah.
Really enjoyed our conversation. But he makes weapons, prop weapons for TV shows and movies and all sorts of stuff. And
real ones.
And real ones.
The prop stuff started as his spare time, just for fun.
Yeah, but we got a pirate knife.
And he sent you a big old pirate knife.
I think it's so
cool. That was actually used on the TV show Black Sails.
It was. He said it was actually used to stab one of the main characters. So it's the real fake.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
You got the real fake weapon.
Exactly. Really cool. Thanks so much, Bruce. That was Very, very kind of him to think of us. I enjoyed our conversation. Hope we can have him back in the future, too.
Same.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know
Nobody ever
what?
brings me a present.
We need to say, no. I would say that probably 89% of the time you get the presents.
I'm the popular one.
Yeah. Except, I've got something to tell you, but I have to wait about
Oh, great.
34 minutes and then I'll tell you.
Okay.
But right now, we're going to say thank you to our fine friends over at Security Federal Savings Bank. Sabrina Keaton and the lending team at Security Federal Savings Bank can help turn your life goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing a home or just debt consolidation, Security Federal Savings Bank will keep it simple. Security Federal Savings Bank, the friendliest bank in town, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Thank you, Security Federal, for being a great sponsor of Town Talk. And it is a brand new week here over at the Main Street Media Town Talk WBMC radio station. And we are glad to be here.
Yes, we are. We're tickled to death to be anywhere this morning.
Absolutely.
My weekend was long, and I'm glad it's over, if I'm being honest with you.
Mine was not long enough. I wish it was still here. So
Yeah, I'm good.
I guess
I'm
we're
good to get
canceling
back
each
here.
other out here, and that's why we're
Yeah.
here now.
That
But,
could totally be it.
yeah.
Trying to find there they are.
But you had a good start to the weekend, Rob.
Yeah, I mean I had a good weekend. It was just
Okay.
long,
Just long.
a lot going on.
Yeah, I get that.
I spent an inordinate amount of time at the Park Theater this weekend.
Did you?
Well, we got that show coming up. You know,
Did you go to the dinosaur one too? Oh,
No.
no, you had practice. That's what it was. Okay.
I was there just after the dinosaur one, though.
Okay.
The Diggory Doug, the paleontologist, was
Diggory
loading up.
Digger. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's his name, Diggory Digger. He was loading up his stuff, and I wanted to say hi and say thank you for being on the show,
Right.
like we did on Friday night with the
Right.
guys from the Piano Man.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for being on the show. I wanted to just go say hi, so I was trying to figure out how to get his attention. So I called him by his given name
Yeah.
rather than his adopted name of Diggory Digger.
Uh-huh.
And and he had a look. He spun with a look on face.
He wasn't expecting to be called Diggory Digger?
No, he wasn't expected to be called by his actual name
Oh, okay, got it.
rather than his adopted name of Diggory Digger.
Oh, well, Rob,
But he seemed like a super nice guy, and they said he had a good show.
my nephew,
I saw pictures of your nephews.
John took all boys, and they had a blast. And they even kind of dressed up. They had on their hats and everything.
You got to look the part.
They had a blast. I talked to John about it yesterday, and he said it was so much fun that everybody was super excited. So, yeah,
Very neat.
a lot of fun. Hey, we've got a caller apparently.
A caller?
Yeah, let's start the morning off right. Good morning. You're on Town Talk.
Good morning.
Sweet mother bagoo.
Good morning. I'm gonna have to turn
Who's yelling in my phone?
I'm gonna have to turn my headphones down just a smidgen because that was
I'm going
rather
to take
loud.
mine off and send them across the room. Well, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Somebody's giggle box got turned over.
How are you this morning?
Good.
Good. I'm gonna bet this is Riley.
Is this Riley? Is this Riley
Yep.
Sneed?
It is.
Yep.
Mm.
Are you on your way to school?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you? What? Are you gonna do anything? Oh, go say that again, Riley. I won't talk. Sorry.
I have a chick chain meeting today too.
You have a what kind of meeting today?
Chick chain.
Chick
4-H.
chain.
Chick chain.
Oh, okay. Chick chain for 4-H.
That meant something entirely different in the 80s, Riley. So good luck
Stop
with your
it,
chick
Rob.
chain.
Wendy is over there. I hear that Wendy can't breathe at the moment.
Are there
because she's
tests?
laughing.
Are there
No,
tests
it's
today at your school?
Daddy.
Oh,
Riley, are there tests today at your school?
No.
No tests.
hey, that's nice.
So are the
They're
tests
not,
over?
they start Tuesday.
Oh, they start Tuesday. No test on Monday.
Well, that's a good rule.
That's a nice rule. I
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
a good rule. How many more days of testing do you have, Riley?
Guessing 3 if we don't have any on Friday.
Okay, so just 3 more this
And
week.
honestly, I hope they don't have any on Friday because I'm leaving for Florida on Thursday.
Oh,
Well, it must be nice. I didn't know we were talking to the Queen of England. Come and go as she pleases, chick chains, and then just bail out for Florida.
well,
Just
might as
always
well.
remember that the tests aren't important.
Rob.
And when they're over, school's out for the year, really. You don't even have to come.
Riley, don't listen to Rob. The tests are important for your future, and you need to be responsible and try to take them as best you can.
Okay.
Yeah, that way when you're 35 and you take a pretend one, you'll get a good grade.
You make 100.
Yeah.
Or an 80.
Or you don't.
All right, Riley. Good morning to you. I hope that you have a great day at school, and thanks for giving us a call this morning.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. I love hearing from Riley. It's the best.
I like when we get callers. I don't even care who they are.
Absolutely.
Well, that's not entirely true. I
Okay.
care who some of them are.
Well-
but we've never hung up on one yet.
I don't think we have.
We might just roll our eyes.
Yeah, that's true. But if any of our listeners want to give us a call this morning, our phone number is 931-473-9383. I didn't even have to get that. Davey must just have us programmed into his phone.
Probably
Speed dial.
right there in the phone.
But good morning to everybody. It is Monday, so let's get this Town Talk kicked off. Let's take a quick break, but we're going to come right back with some Main Street Journal news and have to find out what all Rob did this weekend. We're going to have to chat a little bit about the show we were at on Friday night, too, because we hadn't caught our listeners up on that yet. So,
Well, let's do it. Let's
All
get
right.
this rig rolling.
So stick around. We'll be right back with more Town Talk.
It's a kind of magic. A kind of magic.
Sonia King with NHC Home Care. We are celebrating 54 years of compassionate care. Yes, that's right. This July marks 54 years of NHC Home Care serving families with love, dedication, and excellence in home health care. Since 1971, we've grown together, we've supported one another, and made meaningful differences in the lives of those we serve. To our patients, families, caregivers, and to our community, thank you for trusting us for over 5 decades. We are proud to continue the journey with you. Here's to the next chapter of care, compassion, and commitment.
Lester's Body Shop is located at 212 Old Morrison Road in the West Riverside area. Owner Terry Fowler values all of his customers. He is the best place to take your car, truck, van, or SUV for any type of body work. And one estimate from Lester's is all you need. Friendly, professional, reliable, and dependable. That's Terry and the gang at Lester's Body Shop, 212 Old Morrison Road. Call 473-5421.
It's auction time in Tennessee on Saturday, May 9th at 10 a.m. We'll be at 280 Irvin Lane and Vandergrift Road selling the Nick and Jacqueline Self Farm. This 119 acres will be offered in 13 tracts. There's a beautiful custom brick home with an in-ground pool and pool house, a 60 by 40 loft barn, a 70 by 60 equipment shed, and lots of room to roam. We will also sell 2 excavators, hay equipment, and cattle equipment. For more info, call 473-LAND or visit dmsimpson.com.
Hi, this is Jordan Shank, Service Manager at Reddick Brown Ford. My faith teaches me to treat people the way I'd want my own family treated, with honesty, care, and respect. That's why our service department works hard to do things the right way every single time. To make it even easier, we offer free pickup and delivery for service because serving others matters. When you trust us with your vehicle, we don't take that lightly. Reddick Brown Ford, where faith, service, and integrity drive everything we do.
Enter a world of action, suspense, comedy, and romance at 3 Star Cinema, where the latest stars shine and the perfect movie captivates you. Now showing
Project Hail Mary, rated PG-13. The Super Mario Galaxy movie, rated PG. The Mummy, rated R. You, Me, and Tuscany, rated PG-13. Reminders of Him, rated PG-13.
Call the 24-hour movie line for showtimes at 473-7600. Experience your hometown movies at 3 Star Cinema.
Make the places you care about more comfortable and energy efficient with TVA Energy Right. It all starts at EnergyRight.com, where you can find everything you need to lower your energy usage for your home or your business. Contact Caney Fork Electric Energy Advisors at 931-473-3116 or go to EnergyRight.com to start living and working more energy efficiently. Caney Fork Electric along with EnergyRight.com for all your energy needs. Brought to you by Caney Fork Electric Cooperative and TVA.
Local, national, and everything in between. Here's the news.
Good morning. Welcome back to Town Talk with Raven and Rob. Start your morning right at the cafe at Tree City. Grab a warm biscuit, add bacon, sausage, gravy, or an egg square, or try the savory egg bites in 3 cheese, bacon and cheese, or bacon hash brown. Or treat yourself to a classic waffle, a red velvet waffle, or even a cinnamon roll waffle. Then you can pair it with a fresh cup of coffee, a handcrafted latte, or one of their specialty drinks like a cinnamon toast crunch cappuccino. The cafe at Tree City in McMinnville. Breakfast and coffee done right. Thank you to the cafe at Tree City for being a great sponsor of Town Talk and for also sponsoring Breakfast Club with Raven and Rob, who Rob is furiously writing names into the spinning wheel for this week's drawing.
I have added the weekend's submissions.
Yes.
To Yon Spinny Wheel.
So
which puts us at 28.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
because
some business.
There are 31 comments on that post right now. One of them is last week's winner saying, hey, we appreciate it.
Yep.
And a couple of them are repeats. Interior and Kitchen Concepts.
Yes, was last week's winner.
Got delivered on Friday.
Yep.
Leo Castaneda and I. From Leo from our award-winning sales staff. And I went over there and saw Dallas and everybody, and I don't know what award they won, but you always say award-winning.
Okay.
Delivered that hot breakfast, and we got it to them nice and hot because it's just right at the other end of the
right
road.
There.
Went shot out the back parking lot, and there we were.
There you go. Okay.
So that's how you get on, guys.
Hope they enjoyed breakfast.
They seem to be very tickled that it was there.
Awesome.
That's how you get on. You go right on Facebook. You know what Facebook is. Don't act like you don't. Oh, I'm never on it. Don't lie. You're on it all the time. Everybody knows it. You look for Radio WBMC 97.7 FM. You look for a post that says, are you hungry for week 8? It's right up there, pinned to the top. And then all you do is put in a business name in the comments.
Whoever you want, whether you work there, whether you don't work there and you like
there,
them,
if you
whatever.
Sleep there, if you work with somebody that sleeps there, you know the rest. Just put them in there, and they can get breakfast come Friday morning. We'll draw on Thursday and take it to them on Friday.
Yep, somebody's winning either way, so might as well be you.
There's going to be a winner. There you go. That should be our slogan. Somebody's winning. It may as well be you.
And then you're also taking birthdays for today, for Monday, April 20th, to do a draw for the birthday winner at the end of the show for a Captain D's gift certificate.
This is the station where people come to win.
Sure is.
And I've got so many birthdays already for Monday, the 20th of April. If you're an April 20 baby, how's it going, dude?
Okay.
We've already got a few. Look, and there's one right there in the comments. Valerie says, today's Rex Denny's 9th birthday. How's his nose? Wow. There's the reporter in me right there saying, how's his nose?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I do, and so does Valerie, I bet.
I'll bet, but okay. All right, well, let's get into some Main Street Journal news. How about that?
Let's do it.
So, over the weekend, Friday night, let's just start there because the Piano Men packed the park.
My weekend of I Can't Believe I'm at the Park Theater Again began Friday with the Piano Men.
But
and that was a fun show.
That wasn't I have to go do this. Ugh. That was a oh my gosh,
no, that was,
this is going to be so much fun.
That was I got tickets and let's go. Yeah.
And you picked the best seats in the house, Rob.
I did.
You did.
Didn't I just? They were fantastic. I just want to say this, if they haven't made it to school yet, to the 3 teenage girls that were sitting in front of me.
You think they're listening?
And I'm not going to name your names, but I hope you're listening. I talked to the saxophone player after the show. He has a girlfriend. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Nothing's ever been a bigger hit.
No, obviously he has a girlfriend.
Well, clearly.
I mean.
And if he didn't, he dang sure could have had one at the end of that show.
Or 3.
Yeah, or 3. Or several, from what I'm told. He was quite the hit.
He was a hit. He was awesome.
22-year-old sax player.
22 years old.
Yeah.
You know what? When they came out on stage, though, that was one of the thoughts that I had is, wow, they have a lot of young people in this group. Because they did. The backup singers.
They're all young people. The guys in charge, the front men were young.
Well, you are right. They were young, too. But, I mean, like, 22 young.
Yeah.
Like the saxophone player, but then the backup singers, the girls that were up on stage, they were fairly young.
Lots of youngins.
Like,
singing 45 and 50-year-old songs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hits from the 80s. It was a great show, though.
Attention, everyone in administration at Warren County High School. If you see 3 random girls that aren't in the band just hanging around the band room this morning.
With the saxophone player.
They found out over the weekend that saxophone players are
how
kind of cool.
Yeah, That's so funny. I'm glad that everybody at the show had a great time. And for everybody that isn't aware, because I think going into it, before we spoke to Micah on Thursday, a lot of people thought it might just be dueling pianos.
I did.
It was not.
I thought it was going to be like a Fabulous Baker Boys deal where there's just two guys with pianos.
No.
And they do their thing.
It was the full thing. 9-piece set.
Full experience,
on the,
two
on the
background
stage.
singers.
Yeah. Saxophone,
couple of
bass.
guitars.
Yeah. Drums.
Yep.
All the stuff.
Very cool. A lot of good players in it.
They were awesome. Really great show. If you missed it, you missed out on a good one. But glad that they were here. Maybe they'll come back in the future because they were good. And surprise guest appearance by McMinnville's own Chip Green.
Chip Green
Yeah.
shows up and gives us a little Anthony song, Moving Out.
Yep. He got to play piano and sing for a second. We got to talk to him after the show.
We did.
So
And to Micah and some of the other guys while they were loading out. We didn't help load out, which
no, we
was
didn't.
kind of a jerk move
We
on our
just
part.
stood there and talked. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
We just stood there and kept them from doing what they wanted to do, which
We
was
didn't keep them that long.
load the equipment
No,
and
we
get
didn't
back
keep
to
them that long.
No, we didn't.
We
keep
just
them
said,
that
hey, and y'all are awesome. If you ever come back, let us know. We'd love to talk to you again. Thanks for taking time out of your day.
That's what we do.
That was the
We just
equivalent.
walked up and said, howdy.
Because we can.
We just walked up and said howdy. That's what we did.
I mean, that was nice. It was at the end of the show. Everybody else had already left at that point. We were chit-chatting. They were loading up, all the stuff.
Hey, I had a big time.
I had a great
And then
time.
I was back the next day.
Good show. Although
to supervise while other people really worked hard.
I do want to say one more thing because I did text my friends in a group chat during the show.
You
And-
texted during the show?
Well, it was intermission, but
Okay.
I did say that I believed I might not have been old enough to attend that show on Friday night.
You probably aren't.
I don't think I was.
I mean, there was one song I didn't even know.
I
that
especially
opener,
don't think the girls in front of you were old enough to attend that show.
You know what? They knew some of those tracks, though.
I knew some of the tracks too. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time, but the demographic was slightly older than myself, which, you know what? I am so glad that many people came out to the Park Theater and that they all had a blast because that's what it seemed like. So
It seemed like everybody had a big time.
yeah.
Yes. I know I did. I know I had a large time.
You went from one demographic Friday night to a completely opposite demographic on Saturday for the Park Theater.
It did.
Mm-hmm. All the kids.
And Diggery Digger and the dinosaurs.
And the Rock and Roar Dinosaur
And I
Show.
I got there just as that had ended.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were loading in things for Little Shop of Horrors. Starts Friday night, by the way, at the Park Theater. Tickets available now. And he was loading out and we were loading in. And so I just, making conversation with Joe and Tim and the guys, how'd it go? And they said the kids loved it. It really was a big hit with the kids that were in attendance. They would have taken a bigger crowd, but the ones that were there absolutely had a ball.
Had a blast.
And we're totally
Okay.
into it. Yeah, we're totally into everything. They were buying everything he was selling.
Yeah.
So,
Great show.
Good weekend.
We enjoyed it.
Going to be a great show this weekend too. That's Little Shop of Horrors.
And that's going to be Friday
Friday,
night.
Saturday, Sunday.
2 shows on Saturday, 1 on Sunday.
Yeah, 2 shows on Saturday.
Are you going to be able to talk on Monday when you come in?
Probably not.
Okay. So do we need to just go ahead and plan for you to have a day off Monday?
No, we're not going to worry about that.
You sure?
No, I know what happens around here when we take a day off.
Okay, just checking.
What do you think? I'm nuts? No days off for me.
Okay. So
I'll
lots
take
of
them when I need them, not when I want them.
lots of time spent at the Park Theater this
Yes,
weekend.
absolutely.
What else happened this weekend besides Park Theater
Man,
shows?
there's some cool stuff in the Main Street Journal. Get over there to it at mainstreetjournal.llc, and there's some cool things happening. Also, don't forget while you're looking to follow us on the socials, because a lot of times when news breaks, we'll break it on the social, especially if it's something where people need to know, like maybe you should avoid an area for a little while or things like that. And almost every single story that we publish on the journal, I don't want to say tease because we get accused of being clickbait a lot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But we do put on there, people's like, how do I know when you've got new stuff? Check your Facebook. It'll pop up. Turn on notifications. Something I thought was really cool is Sam covered a signing on Friday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam does a lot of signings. I think he's got 1 or 2 today.
Oh, wow.
Where kids
Okay.
sign to continue their
Right.
careers, playing
In-
careers. Usually
yep.
it's a
Sports.
ball career
Something.
at the college level.
It could be ball. It could be cheerleading.
Well, that's
dance.
my
I mean,
thing.
Yeah.
We had a senior named Maddie Young who signed with the Murray State rodeo team
Oh,
on
wow.
Friday.
Okay.
She's a cowboy, man.
How cool. Cowgirl.
Well, sure, cow person. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not woke as I used to be, but she competes in the Tennessee High School Rodeo Association, and she does barrel racing and stuff like that. And Murray State took a look and said, "Hey, believe we'll have you
Nice.
on our team." So there she is.
Congratulations to
and-
her.
Her and mom and dad. Or it might be her and coach and dad. I don't know, because Sam didn't tell me who's in the photo. But there she is in her cowboy hat, all getting geared up to go to race rodeo
Nice.
with the Murray State Racers up in Murray, Kentucky.
Okay.
You ever been to Murray State?
I have not.
It's a nice place.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't want to live there, but it's a nice place. You know who went to Murray? Popeye Jones.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know Popeye Jones.
I don't.
But his kid played for the Nashville Predators.
Oh, okay.
There you go. You learned something today.
So
But
he's
rodeos.
famous because his kid played for the Predators?
No, he's not famous at all. He was famous in college as he was kind of like the Ohio Valley Conference version of Shaq. He was just a big, dominating inside post.
Okay.
And his name was Popeye, so he drew a lot of attention. But
Interesting.
later in life, coincidentally, his son showed an affinity for hockey and played for the Predators.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, the two don't have anything to do with each other. They're just two things I can tell you about Murray State
Okay.
and Popeye.
Okay. Got it.
You got her? Okay,
Got it.
now as long as you got her. I had a little incident on Friday that you can read about in a story headlined "A Shocking Situation," where Friday afternoon a semi-truck took down a utility pole.
I saw
And
that.
I mean, took it down to the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Took it down like a sack of potatoes. It's broken in two places. The driver said, "Hey, I drive this. I'd run this street all the time. I'm on this
Right.
route every week. Whatever. How many times is there? Is there regularly? Don't know what could happen. What we think might have happened is, and this is just people theorizing, including myself and the responders on the scene. All that wind we got Thursday, we think may have actually caused some stuff to sway and caused the lines to droop
Oh.
a little.
Okay.
So that when he comes in his full-size semi, it snagged the lines and just took down the whole pole.
Interesting.
Oh, it was very interesting. And all the folks over there at Health First and the Social
I bet
Security
they were
office and things,
scared to
there was
death.
quite an audience. Well,
When it happened,
the driver,
like,
they told the driver, don't get out of the truck. There are
Right.
lines draped over the
yeah,
cab.
potentially live.
MES shows up just a few minutes later and
Yeah.
takes a look, says, okay, looks like those are phone lines. You're fine to get out. And he was able to, and then he was able to move the truck once they got the line picked up off of it. And then later in the day, as I was leaving the office Friday, I saw them pulling out with the old pole, and the new pole was in the ground. So everybody's
okay.
back in business over on Moffett Street, which is right across the road from the cafe.
There you go.
As
Yeah.
you know, we were on Moffett Street.
So you
delivering
were
breakfast.
you just hung out there all day
No,
Friday, basically?
I wasn't there all day Friday. I was just there for a little
Seems
while.
like it.
Came back and rode her up, and then I went out to where someone drove through the bridge on Bluff Springs Road.
I also saw this.
The Charles Creek
Yeah.
Bridge there. That was a shocking
then-
sight to see as well.
and
You
then
can see
left
that
the
on the
scene.
Facebook. Yeah, and then left the scene on foot.
Just left the car.
Ran
Yep.
on a hop. I talked to some officers there. There were witnesses there. The owner of the truck was there. He was not the person driving.
What?
And it was yes, and he told the story. But as of yesterday morning, and I haven't checked this morning, but as of yesterday morning, they were still in active search for the man who is believed to
So his
have been
vehicle
driving.
had been stolen.
No.
Okay.
It had been taken
Okay.
and without permission,
Okay. Which is
but by someone he knows.
okay.
Probably going to be like a leaving the scene of an accident charge, or maybe even a joyriding, or because there's
Gotcha.
a difference between stealing a car and taking it without your permission. Like if we live together
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
I get in the car, you're gone, and I get in your car and I drive off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not exactly
Not
stealing it.
okay, got it.
It can be. I mean, you can sign whatever warrant you want to sign.
Right.
But as of yesterday morning, they still are
Interesting.
looking for this individual. They are.
Okay. But
They
they don't-
know who allegedly was driving, but holy cow, I don't know how out of control this Nissan truck
They
must
knocked
have been.
off part of the bridge.
It knocked a significant chunk
Yeah.
of the concrete
Right.
rail on the side of the bridge And
Broke.
when we look down into the water,
Uh-huh.
you can see that this big piece of concrete flew 10 to 15
Yeah, I mean,
feet.
I bet it was a few feet long
Yeah,
at least.
before it landed in the river, it didn't land under
Down.
the bridge. It
It
landed
flew.
out
Yeah.
upstream.
Wow.
And the grill off the truck was over on the side of the river, and the airbag was deployed, obviously, and all kinds of just gee whiz. They were, and they're over there being all, they were very CSI. You know, they're well, look here, here's a yaw mark, and here's a skid, and here's a thing. He was coming this way, and he hit it right here too. And yeah, they got the whole scenario down.
Yeah, so that happened, but we have to take a break, Rob. We are.
So, anyways, you can check that out on the Facebook page. Pretty cool picture, if I do say so myself.
Okay. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Town Talk after this. Everybody stick around.
This ain't no disco. It ain't no country club either.
From the heart of Warren County, this is the Simmons Sports Minute. Jeff Simmons on the mic with today's top local action. Boyd boys tennis made the most of its opportunity this week with a strong showing against Cannon County. The Broncos picked up key wins at the top of the lineup, with Clay Akers and Bryant Ralph each cruising to 8-1 victories to set the tone early. Boyd also found success in doubles, as the teams of Akers and Eli Vassar and Ralph and Luke Andrews each earned wins in competitive matches. Cannon County, last year's state runner-up, was short-handed and fielded a mixed lineup, but still pushed Boyd in several close matches throughout the day. Grant Collins and Clayton Kill added singles wins for the Broncos, helping round out a solid overall performance. Now Boyd turns its attention to the next challenge. The Broncos will be back on the court Friday at the David Dunlap Tennis Complex to face Sequatchie County. That's your Simmons Sports Minute, keeping Warren County in the game.
For generations, the most meaningful moments in McMinnville have shared one thing in common: Diamond Jewelry Company. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones that last a lifetime, every piece is crafted with care, quality, and trust. Led by fourth-generation jeweler David Stinson, Diamond Jewelry Company blends time-honored tradition with today's finest designs. It's all at 117 West Main Street in McMinnville. Diamond Jewelry Company, continuing the legacy. At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Pioneer Building Supply, where good business make good friends.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Another week has come and gone, and now we have some great weekly specials from our friends at Warehouse Discount Groceries. Now listen to these. 80% lean ground chuck family pack, $4.99 a pound. Ballpark Franks, 2 for $5. Armor Chili, 2 for $3. Sundrop Dr. Pepper 12-pack, 2 for $11. Don't forget about a full-service deli located 835 Smithville Highway. That's Warehouse Discount Groceries on the Strip.
For over 60 years, one name has stood for trust, value, heritage, and exceptional care. Ed Rogers Chevrolet in Sparta, Tennessee. From their outstanding service department to a fine selection of quality new and used vehicles, they're committed to doing things the right way. So whether you're looking for a new Chevrolet, car, truck, or SUV, you'll find real savings and the kind of stellar customer service that keeps people coming back for years to come. Ed Rogers Chevrolet in Sparta. The best deal and service you won't find anywhere else.
When life feels heavy, when grief, anxiety, or family struggles won't let you breathe, you don't have to walk alone. At Hope House Counseling Center in McMinnville, our team offers individual, couples, and family counseling tailored to your story. Teletherapy or in-office sessions, sliding scales payment options, and insurance is accepted because healing should be within reach. Take that next step towards peace. Call 931 888-271-8267 or visit myhopecounseling.org. That's myhopecounseling.org. Hope House Counseling Center, where hope becomes your pathway forward.
Everybody loves the sunshine.
I don't know what that is, but I like it.
Good morning. Welcome back to Town Talk with Raven and Rob. Thanks for being here on this beautiful Monday morning and getting your brand new week kicked off. Guys, it is gorgeous out there. Currently sitting at 41 degrees and sunshine. It's going to warm up to around 70 today and sunny, mostly clear. Tonight we're going to get back down to 46, so not quite as cold as last night because we were in the 30s last night, early this morning.
It was cold when I got up this morning.
Yep.
I didn't care for it.
Tuesday we're going to have a high of 77 and sunny. Wednesday 78 and sunny. Thursday 80 and sunny. Friday though, let's see, going into Friday there is going to be
don't start.
partly sunny throughout the day. And a slight chance of showers overnight hours going.
Overnight.
Yeah, Friday into Saturday.
You'll be way out of the Park Theater before it even thinks about raining. You'll be finished. You will have had your dinner or your after the show cordial or whatever before it even considers raining. So don't worry.
Or if it's raining like it's predicted to on Saturday, then going to a Park Theater show.
You go to the matinee.
Is going to give you the opportunity to do something outside of the rain. Because there is currently right now a 70% chance of storms on Saturday, 50% chance of storms on Sunday, 60% chance of storms a week from today on Monday, and then right now we're looking at 60% chance of rain on Tuesday and 30% chance of rain on Wednesday.
See, told you to get your rain
Lots
back.
of rain is
coming.
coming.
You and your precious rain.
We need it. We still really desperately need it.
Using the royal we.
We will see what happens. But for the next several days, it's going to be warm and it's going to be sunny. So just enjoy it while it's here. On April 20th, 1996, an early morning severe weather outbreak produced extensive wind damage in excess of $6 million across Middle Tennessee, including 2 tornadoes and isolated flash flooding. Lightning destroyed 2 huge 161 kilovolt transformers in Tullahoma at a cost of around $500,000. Ooh, so that one was a bad storm. In the last 24 hours, we have not had any rain. Over the weekend, looks like we got even further away, but okay. We did have a little bit of rain, but our year-to-date average for this time is 18.08 inches for today's date. And so far in 2026, we have only had 11.61 inches. So we are still rather far away from the rain total, or for the average. Also, we are still in moderate drought, but just barely. That severe drought is creeping back up on us. And then, let's see, I wonder if it's going to...
Somebody tell the grass in the back of my house that we're in a moderate drought.
We are.
That we're not getting enough water.
Is it growing? Is it brown?
No.
I'm getting brown splotches in mine.
Oh, I'd love brown splotches.
Total in April, we have had 0.87 inches of rain so far. So for 20 days in April, we have only had a total of 0.87 inches of rain. Not even a total inch. Ugh. Okay.
You seem so frustrated by it.
I am so frustrated. I need more water.
When it rains for 6 days in a row and you're all mad about that.
Okay.
Because I'm the same way. I mean, I complain when it's hot. I complain when it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an equal opportunity weather complainer.
Yeah, obviously.
But you'll never hear me complain that it hasn't rained.
Okay.
No.
All right. So the sun rose at 5:55 this morning, and it is going to set at 7:32 this evening. Your moon is going to rise at 7:38 this evening.
You know how I could tell last night that it wasn't going to rain?
That's strange.
Because the moon was a U.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom told me that when it's like that, then it catches all the rain.
For some reason, I don't know what this is. I'm going to have to look up the reason why. But today is the only day out of the month that there's not a moon set time on here. Every other one has a time that the moon sets.
That the moon sets?
Yeah. So it has a rise time, but it doesn't have
Well, it's not going anywhere.
have a set time. That's weird.
It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay right where it is.
And the sun's going to come out with it?
Yep, sun's going to come out with it. Sun and the moon.
Okay.
The sun and the moon.
Interesting. All right.
That's all I want to do is have some fun. I got a feeling.
Okay.
All right, you said I'm going to read your magic witchcraft book, and I'll just sing Sheryl Crow songs.
April 20th is Patriots Day.
Is that what it is?
In Maine and Massachusetts, apparently.
Okay. That's good.
Wonder why.
But I don't know.
I don't either. We don't live there. Okay, I think you've got one more.
Is it Tom Brady's birthday? Could that be it?
Maybe. Not in Maine. I don't know.
Well, they like the Patriots.
Maybe. I got one more question for you.
Let's hear it.
Okay. The heat of the sun is not ... A, responsible for shifting desert sands. B, at its surface 5 times hotter than lightning. Or C, measurable using a pyrometer. You want to guess?
I'm going to guess C, measurable using a pyrometer.
No. It is B, hotter than lightning. At about 54,000 degrees Fahrenheit, lightning is 5 times hotter than the sun's surface, about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow.
You give me the chance, and I'll take my chances of getting hit by lightning, though.
Rather than going under the
Rather
sun's...
than getting hit by the sun's surface, yeah.
Okay.
I'll take my chances.
I don't think you want either of them.
No, you don't want either of them, but given the chance, people have been hit by lightning and survived. I don't think
right.
anyone's ever hit the surface of the sun and lived to tell the tale.
Okay. Got it. Let's see if there's anything that you can plant in now, Tom.
Probably. Anything you want.
Well, I mean, I think the okra is still there, so you've got till June to do it, but I don't really have anything else on the planting calendar right now.
I heard somebody this weekend say that they have not planted their okra yet, and they didn't seem very worried about it.
I know, because okra, you have until June. What was it? June, where is it? Yeah, June 1st. You have until June 1st.
And when you get you a big mess, pickle it, bring it down here.
Bring it down to Rob at Town Talk with Raven and Rob.
Yes, that's right. Slimier the better.
All right, well, that's all I got for you, and we are running out of time.
Oh, my gosh, already?
We need to take a quick break, and then
Okay.
when we come back, we have so much more still to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll jump back on some other Main Street Journal.
You want to talk about the gala?
I want to talk about the gala,
And
yes.
I have a hell of a squirrel story that needs to be told this morning.
That sounds interesting.
Well, there you go.
We'll be right back with more Town Talk.
Light shining through the trees, moonlight shining down on me, lights away for loving.
Are you interested in a career in healthcare? Planning to be a nurse or other healthcare professional? Did you know that NHC Healthcare offers a free CNA training class? A class is offered monthly right here at our McMinnville location. Did I mention that it's free? You can apply on our website at www.nhccare.com to get started on a super rewarding career.
McMinnville, you're a part of me. McMinnville, McMinnville, Tennessee. There's nothing like you anywhere around. I'm proud to say you're my hometown.
The flu, shingles, pneumonia, tetanus, adult RSV. These are some of the vaccines you shouldn't wait on. At Graves Family Pharmacy, we offer walk-in vaccines, no appointment needed. It's quick, convenient, and handled by people you trust. Protect your health, stay ahead of what's next. Just walk in and get it done.
Graves Family Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy for prevention and protection.
McMinnville, Tennessee.
Why don't you head over to Chicken Chef and enjoy a fresh made-to-order meal, or choose from the all-time favorite like the Chicken Nugget Dinner. Stop in for breakfast, order right off the menu with sausage, gravy, fresh homemade biscuits, or try their delicious tenderloin, egg, and cheese biscuit, just to name a few. Whatever your taste buds call for, you're sure to find it at Chicken Chef. They've been serving Warren and surrounding counties for over 40 years. Stop in today, Chicken Chef on the Strip in McMinnville. You can call your order in to go at 473-5020.
With the changing of the seasons, Middle Tennessee is a beautiful place to be. Now is the perfect time to purchase or remodel your home or to buy that boat, camper, or land you've been looking at. This is Matt Ritchie, loan officer at Security Federal, and I'm here to help make these dreams a reality. So whether you're ready to make a big purchase, invest for retirement, or just establish your credit, come see us at Security Federal. We are the local bank with smiling faces, always happy to help you. See why we are known as the friendliest bank in town. Security Federal, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Jordan Shank, Service Manager at Reddick Brown Ford. My faith teaches me to treat people the way I'd want my own family treated, with honesty, care, and respect. That's why our service department works hard to do things the right way every single time. To make it even easier, we offer free pickup and delivery for service because serving others matters. When you trust us with your vehicle, we don't take that lightly. Reddick Brown Ford, where faith, service, and integrity drive everything we do.
Tell me what's making you jump like that. S-I-M-P, squirrels in my pants. Ain't got no chickens, ain't got no rats. S-I-M-P, squirrels in my pants.
I don't know what that's from,
Tell her.
but that was good. What is that?
Is that from Phineas and Ferb? Yeah, Phineas and Ferb.
How do you know Phineas and Ferb?
Because I have a son.
But when I ask you any other cartoon, I'm too old for that.
I'm too old for that garbage you watched on Disney Channel, but not for Disney Junior. Phineas and Ferb was the berries, man.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, we definitely messed with some Phineas and Ferb at our house.
Christian, are you a Phineas and Ferb fan? I feel like you probably are. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he seems like it. That's all right. That was I liked that.
One year Parker was Perry the Platypus for Halloween.
Was he?
Yeah, and the costume came with this cheap little hat.
Uh-huh.
So we had our friend Kathy from over in the Warren Arts costume department take the hat off, and I let him wear my really cool Indiana Jones hat.
Oh.
So he looked not like a platypus, but like Perry the Platypus.
I want to read Susie's comments from Facebook about voting, just so that everybody is aware. Today is the day that they are open late for early voting, which is kind of a conundrum, late for early voting, you know. But they at the admin building on Locust Street. Today they are open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Voting has been slow, so the lines are very short. The rest of the week we are open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and satellite voting centers in Centertown and Morrison will open on the 24th. So there's you some voting, early voting facts.
Yes.
Information. That's the word I'm looking for.
Very good. Very good. 11 to 8 on every Monday, which is, of course, this week and next.
So if you haven't voted, get out and vote, especially if you're in District 2 or 3.
Yes. Numbers are crazy low, but, and I don't want to justify not going, but numbers are crazy low. But people realize, people that study up, and let's hope you do, at least for a minute. I'd like to think you know what you're voting for. At least when you get there, check out the sample ballot before you go in and push buttons. A lot of people know that they're not deciding that many races, which explains the turnout, because it's primaries. But if you're in 2 or 3,
it's important.
We're going to say it every day. If you're in County Commission District 2 or 3, you are picking your county commissioners for the next term based on the votes in this primary.
Yep, so you need to get out and vote.
If you skip the primary, you're like, well, somebody said there wasn't nothing to vote for. No, they also said unless you live in District 2 or 3.
Okay.
I mean, if you vote in the Democratic primary, you can only cast ballots for 2 people.
Right.
So
there you go.
Those boys are both going to move on.
There was speaking of voting and, elections and things, there was an awful lot of campaigning happening Saturday night. I felt like.
there? Over at the
there
gala?
Were a lot of politicians there.
There were people at the gala that have no business being at a gala.
I don't know.
Other than the fact they're running for office. And I'm not going to call them out, but
I
could make you a list of names.
At the end of the day, though, I don't know that I particularly care if they just went because they're running for office. The fact that they went and had to purchase a ticket.
Yeah, they put 500 folks in there for the CAC. So,
exactly.
So
it was raising funds for a good charity cause. Children's
I heard
Advocacy
500.
Center.
Were there 500 people there?
It was a little less. I think there were close to 500 people. Yeah. But, hey, it was a packed house. It was a really great night. I enjoyed it. Got some cool auction items. There were lots of good auction items, but I think a lot of money was raised. Also, we might have to follow up with Cassell to see what they ended up fundraising. Might be an interesting.
Maybe. That'd be
To
a
know.
great question to know about the gala.
Yeah.
How much cash did she bring in?
Because I know that this is their biggest fundraiser of the year that helps them to do all of the good that they do in the community for the children.
You drug Cody out there?
Cody, I didn't have to drag
They
him
put
anywhere.
they put on his Sunday go to meetings
He
like he
looked-
wore to the chamber thing?
He wore a different one.
Oh,
and he wore
he
to
has
the
more
chamber.
than one suit?
He has several.
Wow.
And he enjoys
Get it,
wearing
Cody.
them. I did not have to drag him anywhere. He wanted to go. He enjoyed it. We both enjoyed it. But yeah, we got all dressed up, gussied up. I'll have to show you a picture.
You don't have to.
Okay, well, fun.
I mean, you can if you'd like, but you don't have to.
Okay.
This isn't Russia.
Okay.
Is this Russia? This isn't Russia. So a good time had by all.
Great time.
A lot of campaigning. A lot of people telling you they'd appreciate your vote and support.
There was a lot of politicians there, yeah. But you know what? At the end of the day, raising money.
Hey, they bought their ticket too.
Exactly.
Let them go. That's what I
So,
say.
Yeah, I went with the Main Street Media table. So
There was a Main Street Media
there was a
table?
Main Street Media table. You weren't there.
No, I was not.
I don't think you would have been there even if you were invited, but
Probably not.
exactly.
If I'd been there, I don't know if I'd have been there.
Right.
I'd just been in the back,
Yeah.
covering it.
Yeah, I got to sit next to Gosha. Got to hang out with Wendy Sneed and Brittany Davis and several of my friends. But then Chad and Emily were at our table, and Leo and Abby. Is that the oldest Graves child?
Sure.
I don't know. I
I
feel
don't
like
know,
I
man.
feel like that's wrong.
I don't know. I'm not making out their Christmas list, so
We-
I don't know.
we
They're,
had-
all,
we had a
they're
good-
all like Abby, Allie, Lily, Sammy, Wally. Everything ends with an E. Not the letter E, the sound E.
Like gravy.
Yeah, like gravy. The whole gravy clan.
No, it was a great time. Had a lot of fun. Got to see a lot of friends, and raised money for a good cause. So there you go.
Let me tell you a story. Completely unrelated to the gala, and congratulations to them on having a great gala. And by all means, get out and vote. Now, let me tell you a story that has nothing to do with either of those things. Yesterday morning, bright and early, around 8 o'clock, I'm happening down a side street, leaving band practice.
Okay.
On my way home to spend a couple hours getting ready to play, and I see this car, and it's acting in a weird way. Now, when I say that, I mean that it's backing up on Spring Street. I'm thinking, oh, they missed their. It pulls out of a side street, turns to the right, then starts backing up. I'm like, oh, they turned the wrong way. They're trying to get in this parking lot I'm coming out of. No, they went back down the street that they originally came up. And then as I go down that street, because it's on my way back to my house, I notice they're now facing the other direction, and they're stopped. And a door is open. And as I drive up, there is, unfortunately, lying in the road, a squirrel. And he looks as though he has shuffled loose this mortal coil. He has reached out with his little squirrely hand to touch the face of the Lord. And there's a fella getting out. And I think to myself, wow, this is something you don't see every day. This guy has hit a squirrel, and he's very concerned, and he's seeing if it's okay, this, that, I don't know, what have you. This guy gets out, and he's a very young-looking person in a really nice car. And he gets out and walks over to the squirrel. So now I'm invested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not stopped in the road.
I was about to say, how do you know?
But I'm eyeing him from the
Okay.
rear view.
Okay.
So this young man gets out, and he picks up this squirrel. He has like a bag or something.
Oh,
and
okay.
he
Got it.
picks up the squirrel by the tail. I thought, well, if he's worried about the squirrel's well-being, that seems to be not the greatest way to just grab him up. Because if the squirrel is okay,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you know a lot about squirrels,
Yeah, but they have-
you don't want to grab them by the tail.
No, they have full range of motion.
Yeah,
still.
they're going to get after you.
Yeah.
So he picks it up, and I'm like, okay, the squirrel's not okay.
Uh-huh.
So he's just getting it out of the road. Well, that's when this young man decides to get back in the passenger seat of the car that he had gotten out of. And I don't know who the girl with him was. Girlfriend, maybe? Wife? Sister?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But she was also quite young and dressed as if she was, on her way to the worship service of her choice.
Mm-hmm.
When he got, and I didn't know she was in the car until he got back in.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the moment he got back in with a dead squirrel, the driver's side door of this very nice car almost came off the hinges, And this girl came out backside first because there was, and I can only assume she was giving him the riot act, letting him know that there was no way in heaven or earth
Get that squirrel
that
out of
she
here.
was sharing a ride with a dead squirrel.
Interesting. So if you're that couple and you're listening right now,
Call in. I'd love to know how this story ends. I have an idea how the story ends. I used my context clues and things I learned back in the day watching Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego to figure out. When I drove back through, I'm fairly certain squirrel was still there.
931-473-9383 is
I
that
think
phone
at
number.
some point the phrase, "Get that squirrel out of this car."
I bet it was a few more expletives than that.
Probably. There would have been if you'd gotten my car with a dead
Yeah.
squirrel. Unless we
Well,
were,
funny.
unless we were like, "Hey, here's Sunday lunch.
Mhm.
No sweat."
Interesting.
So if you're the squirrel couple, yes, by all means call in.
Give
I'd
us
love
a
to talk
call.
to you.
Yeah. Hey, we're about to run out of time, but I do need to let you know one of our listeners also Saturday night I spoke to, and he did want me to let you down easy, that I am his favorite half of Town Talk with Raven and Rob. So just
Well, you're a lot of people's favorite half
FYI.
of Town Talk. And I can make you a list. There's people right now in the comments.
that I'm their favorite too.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys. Well,
Uh-huh.
just wanted you to know that you're not the favorite.
Not what you said last time.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Town Talk after this. Stick around.
Squeeze me all through the night, oh baby.
WBMC McMinnville, 960 AM and 97.7 FM. WBMC.
The temperature sure can fluctuate this time of the year, but one thing that shouldn't go up and down is your internet experience. That's why at Ben Lomond Connect we've built a multi-gig fiber network with you, the customer, in mind. No hybrid coax and struggling upload speeds. Just a true fiber to the home connection with the fastest internet speeds around. Get 1 gig, 2 gig, or 8 gig and game, stream, and work better on Ben Lomond Fiber. Leave the wild swings to Mother Nature and let us keep your internet blazing fast round the clock. For more information, call your local BLC office or go to benlomondconnect.com. Some exclusions may apply.
Hi, this is David Gator with Gator's Auto Parts. Are you having trouble with your car or truck? Judy or myself will gladly take care of your automotive or equipment needs. We are located in the old CarQuest building at 1614 Smithville Highway in McMinnville, Tennessee. Give us a call at 931-473-4424 where we offer quality parts at a reasonable price.
No two farms are the same. But something every farmer can agree on is that the land is so much more than just a farm. It's their livelihood, their lifestyle, and their legacy. That's something you don't have to explain to a farmer-owned lender. Learn how working with a farmer-owned lender can get you a farm real estate loan designed for your unique operations needs at fcma.com/real estate. Loan subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply. Farm Credit Mid-America is an equal opportunity lender.
Enter a world of action, suspense, comedy, and romance at 3 Star Cinema, where the latest stars shine and the perfect movie captivates you. Now showing
Project Hail Mary, rated PG-13. The Super Mario Galaxy movie, rated PG. The Mummy, rated R. You, Me, and Tuscany, rated PG-13. Reminders of Him, rated PG-13.
Call the 24-hour movie line for showtimes at 473-7600. Experience your hometown movies at 3 Star Cinema.
It's auction time in Tennessee on Saturday, May 16th at 10 a.m. We'll be at 2730 Spencer Road selling the Morris Scott Farm. This 56.35 acres of mostly tillable land will be offered in 5 tracts. There is a 3-bedroom, 1.5-bath home with a detached garage and several sheds. This farm is fully fenced and ready for you to farm or build your dream home. For more info, call 473-LAND or visit dmsimpson.com.
Good morning. Welcome back to Town Talk with Raven and Rob. If you are looking for something fun to do right here in McMinnville, head on over to Pioneer Lanes where good times are always rolling. Whether you're planning a family night, a date night, or just hanging out with friends, Pioneer Lanes has everything you need. Great bowling, a fun atmosphere, and plenty of laughs. Perfect for birthday parties, group events, or just a spontaneous night out. No experience required. Just show up and have a blast. So grab your crew, lace up those bowling shoes, and make your next night out one to remember at Pioneer Lanes in McMinnville, located at 200 Hobson Street. Thank you, Pioneer Lanes, for being a great sponsor of Town Talk. We appreciate you. And over the break, we brought in Mr. Jimmy Haley. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
It's a marvelous 420, isn't it?
It is that date.
What you
We won't go up in smoke today, will we?
No, we will not.
Not as far as anybody knows.
Well, what do you have for us today for our monthly history lesson?
Has it been a month? It feels like it's been longer.
I know. Longer?
It does. It feels like it's been way longer.
I don't know.
It's been shorter because
I think it's been shorter. Yeah, I think we had to bump him back a week
yeah.
last time.
I don't know.
So it's been less time, Rob, since
Well,
we got to see Mr. Haley.
I've got my thinking cap on, so let's learn something today.
Okay. Well, I had planned something else, and then I had some people asking me that was looking at some property in and around Rebel Hill, asked me, why is it Rebel Hill? Why is it called Yankee Street?
Okay.
And so I just thought I might give a little history of
Yeah,
Rebel Hill and
absolutely.
Yankee Street and a little bit about the battle that was up there and a little bit about the Civil War. So I've had several people ask about the Civil War, and then just out of nowhere on Friday, someone gave me a little piece of history that I had not seen in a while. So I thought, well, that just all is falling into place. So
All right.
so let's talk a little bit about Rebel Hill. When I was a little kid, I lived up on Rebel Hill.
Okay.
And so the stories were, very fluid up there. Kids exaggerated and added to them. And so there had been an older lady who died before I was born, Miss Mariah Comer Beach, who lived in a big house at the foot of the hill on the corner of Rebel Hill and Spring Street and
Okay.
Yankee Street right down there in the bottom. There's a house that's replaced it now, but it was a big old rambling Victorian house. And she had moved here as a young girl, about 10 years old. When the Civil War broke out, her father was a railroad agent, and so
Okay.
they moved here to help build the railroad. So
Mhm.
when the railroad was completed in 1855, her family, instead of moving, the Swans and the Coonrods and the Comers all decided that they liked McMinnville and they were going to stay.
Mhm.
So Mariah and them ended up living on a house on South Court Square and told lots of stories about the Civil War. But a lot of the older kids on Rebel Hill, when I was growing up, talked a lot about her stories.
Okay.
And so she, we had little battles, mock battles with the kids around the neighborhood and had a lot of fun. So
Hey, you could have used this then.
could have. We could have. I don't know if turning a 2 or 3 year old loose with a
No,
pseudo sword.
it's
I know
rubber.
pseudo sword would
It's a
be
prop.
Even would have been safe.
I mean, but that
um,
would be it might be a different time period than the Civil War,
It
but
wouldn't have been safe.
Wouldn't have been
And
accurate.
Would you put that
but-
toy down?
So that area of town was not known as Rebel Hill till much later. Really, what that was, there was a whole lot of big country houses there.
Mhm.
So a lot of wealthy merchants and people from the city of McMinnville didn't want to live right downtown. So there was big estates. So there was
Mhm.
big houses with 15, 20, 30 acres to them. So
Mhm.
the Chatham Coffee House sit right in the middle of where the housing projects are today.
Okay.
And then up where the middle school was the Tolles House. It was a great big rambling
Mhm.
2-story house. The Argo House sat on the corner over there on Spring Street. And then Hickory Hill sat where Mount View Cemetery was. So there was quite a few big houses out there
I
that
feel
were.
there's only one left, isn't there?
And
The-
then the Penny Baker's
Yeah.
own house, which I
Mhm.
was going to
Okay,
part of
all
my,
right, you're gonna get to
part of
that
my
one.
story
Okay.
and stuff as well. So that's the only one that's still standing. When I was a little kid, Hickory Hill wasn't there because the cemetery was already developed in the 1920s, and that's about when it burned. But the Argo House was still there. A lot of the big
Mhm.
houses were still intact, and but it was country houses. So just a few mile or two out of
Mhm.
town and along Spring Street. And of course, Spring Street went down to the city springs.
Right.
So and then further out, it was Faulkner Springs. So
Mhm.
going to the resort that was eventually out there, and the hotel and the mills that were there. But a little bit about McMinnville as well, and then I'm going to read a little something that was written up a little bit after the war about McMinnville during that I'd never seen before. They came out of the Nashville Banner.
Okay.
And during the war, everybody, I've said it before, everybody thought McMinnville was a strong Confederate town,
Mhm.
but it really was kind of divided,
Mhm.
particularly amongst some of the wealthier families. And then you get up toward Irving College and Grundy County and Van Buren County and Sequatchie County. Well, that's almost East Tennessee, and East Tennessee was a Unionist area. I mean, it
Mhm.
was almost all Unionist, and even DeKalb County was Unionist. A whole lot of people in
Okay.
Cannon County were Unionists. So they did not support the Confederacy. They were not
Mhm.
rebels at heart.
Mhm.
And so when Tennessee did secede from the Union, a lot of Union families from here, particularly the wealthier ones, they packed up and went to Nashville
Mhm.
because I think I've told the story before. After Fort Donelson fell, Nashville was the first major Southern city to fall to Union forces.
Right.
And the rebels never regained it. I mean, it
Mhm.
fell and was an occupied city all during the war. And Andrew Johnson, who later became president, who was from East Tennessee and a Unionist, was the military governor
Mhm.
and was there in Nashville and friends with a lot of the families that were here in McMinnville because he had visited quite a bit while he was in Congress, and then later on, of course, as president. He traveled through here quite a bit and knew
Mhm.
people from both sides, both Confederate and Union families. But we were kind of a divided town and changed hands several times. We were
Mhm.
kind of vulnerable. We were up, on the rim of the plateau and
Yeah.
not close to any major, so, strategically we were,
Mhm.
a supply line because of the railroad
Right.
and had the mills here and a lot of well-to-do farmers who were raising mules and grain and corn. So it was a supply line for both armies. So the rebels would come in and
Mhm.
raid the town of supplies and then leave, and the Union would come in. It was back and forth. after the Battle of Stones River, which was particularly deadly to a whole lot of Warren County soldiers on the rebel side, and Colonel Savage's unit, the 16th Tennessee, suffered greatly, and of course he resigned his commission after that battle. Well, Middle Tennessee was then back and forth a lot. There was a lot of Union activity back and forth, and most of the Confederates had been pushed further south in and around Atlanta and Chattanooga, and mostly Middle Tennessee was federally occupied, and the feds weren't too worried about it. Now there was lots of renegades out there from both sides. Colonel Stokes out of DeKalb County was notorious. His band they were Unionist. And then you had Champ Ferguson out of like Sparta and Cookeville and Upper Cumberland area, made quite a few raids in McMinnville as well. So, we were pretty vulnerable, and people were just at the mercy of whichever army was coming through. But in the summer of 1863, a Union brigade of about 450 men were stationed here, and they were stationed on Rebel Hill. It wasn't called Rebel Hill at that time. But in the Yankeetown areas where they had an encampment, and Center Street was the main road that go right down the middle of the Yankee encampment, and then they had a lookout post up on the top of Rebel Hill over on Spring Street, close to where that little church is before you get to the cemetery.
Okay.
And so and they quartered their horses down there in the bottom below the fort. And so there was a lot of Union activity, but there wasn't a whole lot of reason to fortify the town because there weren't really any Confederates anywhere close. And the unit was being led by Major Michael Patterson, and he was 4th Tennessee. He was from East Tennessee. He was well connected with a lot of people. He knew Andrew Johnson as well because they were both from East Tennessee, and he had raised this unit, Patterson had. And so about 450 people were here in various capacities. And so they were stationed there, and there was all kinds of rumors. A lot of the Unionist families were feeding information that they had gleaned from some of the rebel families that were here, and so there was a lot of rumors going around that the Confederates were going to make a raid on the city of McMinnville and rout Major Patterson and capture his 400 plus soldiers. And so Patterson started sending out scouts all over the area towards Sparta, and they were particularly worried about Pikeville and coming across the mountain because there was quite a few Confederate soldiers, Colonel Wheeler and his unit in and around Chattanooga and Cleveland and northern Georgia. And so he sent out scouts and waited for information from Nashville. They talked about abandoning the city, just packing up and leaving, but there weren't enough boxcars in the railroad yard, and they didn't have enough mules and wagons to haul. Now, Patterson didn't have any artillery at all. He was just his soldiers and and infill rifles and and just minimum supplies.
Right.
Minimum supplies. And so he kept sending out scouts. They said, we don't see anything, we don't see anything, we don't see anything. And Wharton's brigade under General Wheeler was, they were a sneaky lot. And so they were sneaking around in and around the mountains and some of the hollers and hiding out. And Wheeler had almost 4,000 soldiers ready to move toward Middle Tennessee across the mountain. And so Major Patterson kept hearing these stories, but there, the scouts were saying, we're not finding anything, we don't see anybody, we see no troop movements, but Wharton was slick. And so Major Patterson on October 2nd was going to abandon the town, just basically, but could not get the official notice to do, though. Andrew Johnson said no. A lot of the superior just said no, said you have nothing to worry about. There's no reason to leave. Just stay put and, buckle down. There might be a couple of raids, but, from some of these, renegade bunches and cutthroats.
I tell you what, we do need to take a quick break. So let's leave it on that for just a second, and then we'll come back and learn a little bit more about the potential raids. So everybody stick around. We'll be right back with more Town Talk.
this is Devanya King with NHC Home Care. We are celebrating 54 years of compassionate care. Yes, that's right. This July marks 54 years of NHC Home Care serving families with love, dedication, and excellence in home health care. Since 1971, we've grown together, we've supported one another, and made meaningful differences in the lives of those we serve. To our patients, families, caregivers, and to our community, thank you for trusting us for over 5 decades. We are proud to continue the journey with you. Here's to the next chapter of care, compassion, and commitment.
Lester's Body Shop is located at 212 Old Morrison Road in the West Riverside area. Owner Terry Fowler values all of his customers. He is the best place to take your car, truck, van, or SUV for any type of body work. And one estimate from Lester's is all you need. Friendly, professional, reliable, and dependable. That's Terry and the gang at Lester's Body Shop, 212 Old Morrison Road. Call 473-5421. Another week has come and gone, and now we have some great weekly specials from our friends at Warehouse Discount Groceries. Now listen to these. 80% lean ground chuck family pack, $4.99 a pound. Ballpark Franks, 2 for $5. Armor Chili, 2 for $3. Sundrop Dr. Pepper 12 pack, 2 for $11. Don't forget about a full-service deli located 835 Smithville Highway. That's Warehouse Discount Groceries on the Strip.
Hi, this is Jordan Shank, Service Manager at Reddick Brown Ford. My faith teaches me to treat people the way I'd want my own family treated, with honesty, care, and respect. That's why our service department works hard to do things the right way every single time. To make it even easier, we offer free pickup and delivery for service because serving others matters. When you trust us with your vehicle, we don't take that lightly. Reddick Brown Ford, where faith, service, and integrity drive everything we do.
Make the places you care about more comfortable and energy efficient with TVA Energy Right. It all starts at EnergyRight.com, where you can find everything you need to lower your energy usage for your home or your business. Contact Caney Fork Electric Energy Advisors at 931-473-3116 or go to EnergyRight.com to start living and working more energy efficiently. Caney Fork Electric along with EnergyRight.com for all your energy needs. Brought to you by Caney Fork Electric Cooperative and TVA.
Why don't you head over to Chicken Chef and enjoy a fresh made-to-order meal, or choose from the all-time favorite like the Chicken Nugget Dinner. Stop in for breakfast, order right off the menu with sausage, gravy, fresh homemade biscuits, or try their delicious tenderloin, egg, and cheese biscuit, just to name a few. Whatever your taste buds call for, you're sure to find it at Chicken Chef. They've been serving Warren and surrounding counties for over 40 years. Stop in today, Chicken Chef on the Strip in McMinnville. You can call your order in to go at 473-5020.
Good morning. Welcome back to Town Talk with Raven and Rob. We are going to start off by saying a big thank you to our fine sponsors over at...
Thank you to the sponsors over at Reddick Brown Ford. Guys, tax season's over and the deals are just getting started at Reddick Brown Ford. If you got a fat wad of bacon handed back to you by Uncle Sam, make that short drive on Highway 55 where they've got new vehicles at factory invoice prices, pre-owned vehicles priced below the competition. No gimmicks, no games, just the real deal. Go see them today. Make the short drive down Highway 55 or give them a call 668-2177 or check them out online at reddickbrownford.com to see their selection on the finest selection and best prices on Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs you'll find anywhere around. When you get there, tell them that Raven and Rob and Jimmy and Elsa all said what's up. And that we appreciate them sponsoring Town Talk.
Thank you, Reddick Brown Ford, for being a great sponsor. And we are back with Mr. Jimmy Haley. So we were talking there before the break about Rebel Hill, and you were talking about the Union forces were considering leaving the encampment, but there were some potential raids going on from the Confederate side. So tell us, let's dig back into it.
Yes, and, Patterson, by October 2nd, knew that there were Confederate forces headed his way, and all he could basically do was just kind of buckle down and prepare for the worst. He didn't know how many were coming because, like I said, reports were that General Wheeler had 4,000 troops moving in this direction, and he didn't know how many Wharton was in charge of. He just knew they were. So he sent out, he knew they were coming across the mountain from Pikeville.
Okay.
And so he sent out some soldiers and about where Forest Nursery is. They had a little skirmish, and a few people were killed as well. Of course, the Union was repulsed, and they had to hightail it back into town, had another little skirmish about where the high-rises are. off East Main Street.
Okay.
And then they took up to the what we call Rebel Hill and basically dug in. They're in and around the Pennybaker Stone House. They're on Tolles Avenue, and people always ask me, why is it Tolles Avenue? And I said, well, the Tolles house sit up there where the high school was, and Chatham Coffee did not like the Tolleses, so he would not let a driveway be where Rebel Hill Street is today be cut through his property to Mr. Tolles's house. So Mr. Tolles had to make a driveway from Chancery Street and winding around up to. But when Dillard Stone began building the big fine brick house that's still there today on the National Register, where Phoenix Rigsby and Ray Bradley own, where the Walling family lived for years, and the Morfords lived there as well. But Mr. Stone died before the house was completed, and Miss Pennybaker remarried, and so she married Mr. Samuel Pennybaker, and they're all buried down at High Street Cemetery. But Miss Pennybaker was a little bit unionist in her leaning. She was just kind of torn between her home and the South, and then Union forces in America, which a lot of people were. But the battle pretty much took place in and around her home.
Okay.
And so they basically just had to get down in the cellar and lay on the floor and dodge bullets. But there were actually entrenchments built around the home, which are, you can still kind of see them at the top of the hill. And so the federal forces made a raid and used artillery against the Union forces. And Major Patterson was basically offered a flag of surrender. And after several were killed, and he knew it was useless to defend the hill any longer because of the loss of troops and being outnumbered. And so Wharton's men were crack shot, pot shot people, and were taking aim. And there was a lot of Union forces that were wounded as well. Now, the hospital that the Union Army had set up earlier under Bull Nelson and others was there at the Cumberland Female Academy. So, but access to medical care on the field was kind of haphazard, and with the rebels there, so they were the Union officers decided to surrender, and so they surrendered, and were paraded down Main Street in McMinnville. They were stripped most of their possessions and a lot of their clothes, which they were promised. General Wheeler was sitting on his horse supervising all of this, and he said the officers in particular would be protected, but they confiscated pocket watches and any money that they had on them, any valuables, rings, wedding rings. They'd basically, the Confederates took it all. And so Major Patterson was humiliated because he said the officers don't treat each other that way, and General Wheeler had disregarded his original statement that their possessions would be protected, and but they weren't all arrested. They weren't all shipped off. They were actually paroled and allowed to leave. And then it wasn't very much later than that of course the Confederates knew they could not stay because the Union forces were going to reinforce Middle Tennessee, and so the Confederates left, and then the 19th Michigan came in under Colonel Gilbert, which was a whole lot better. And so they stabilized the town, built a lot of checkpoints and lookout posts and blockhouses. I mean, McMinnville was fortified after that to quite a bit. Now, Major Patterson, however, was court-martialed for surrendering.
Oh.
And so he, in Nashville, Andrew Johnson got involved with it as well. But after all the testimony, even from some local folks, Robert Kane, the Canes were Unionists and had taken up residency in Nashville and had left McMinnville. But Robert Kane went to bat for Colonel Patterson and was a character witness and actually talked about the Scoutets, and he knew a lot about what was going on. And but Patterson was exonerated and absolved from of any kind of conflict between him and the other superior officers that thought that he was a coward for surrendering and just accepting the white flag, truce flag, and then having been humiliated. But he was exonerated. Patterson was wounded during this as well, and later on his arm was amputated, and he resigned his commission in the Union Army, and through Andrew Johnson, he was able to become a clerk in Knoxville for the Supreme Court.
Okay.
And so he was absolved and became
Why
quite
was his
successful.
arm amputated?
Because of an injury.
Oh, okay. From the war.
war.
Okay.
And so, but he ended up being disabled and having one arm, but was quite successful in his legal career as a clerk to the courts.
Wow. Okay.
But when the 19 Michigan came and Colonel Gilbert, things changed a whole lot. The Union Army was determined then that McMinnville would not be changing hands anymore, and that it was a valuable, kind of supply line. But the 19 Michigan found things in such devastating circumstances that one of the first things he did was help clean up the town and stabilize the protection of its citizens. Even the rebel families were protected.
Okay.
He brought in food
Right.
and clothing and medical supplies that were almost non-existent because business and retail had pretty much come to, unless you had money and were traveling back and forth to
Right.
Nashville where you could get supplies and come back. But the thing about it is you go to Nashville with a wagon and horses and you might have some renegades and, some bushwhackers and cutthroats waiting on you and taking everything that you had. So it was not real safe traveling back and forth between here and Nashville. That's why so many people took up residence there. A lot of freed blacks ended up going to Nashville as well, leaving and going there as well. And then they're on Yankee Street. They continue to have encampments there. They built forts, the 19th Michigan and the Union Army built forts once again up there on Rebel Hill, where Domino's is on Chancery Street.
Okay.
Up on the hill there close to the Civic Center on Post Road up there where the big yellow house is.
Yeah.
There was a lookout post there. In Westwood on Ben Lomond Drive where I used to live, there was an outpost there, a lookout post. There where Leland's gym is out on Chancery Street was another one. There was one on Kennedy Circle, one on East End
Wow.
Drive.
Okay.
So there was at least
A lot, yeah.
7. Plus, there was checkpoints on all the major highways. So particularly where highways came together, like Viola Road and Manchester Highway, and then going out Sparta Road, those were all had checkpoints.
Okay.
And one of the major checkpoints was there by the hospital with the big Oakham plantation there. Right there was a major because there was a ferry across the river down there, and they forded back and forth. There was a lot of troop movements between here in Sparta, so there was quite a big encampment there on that piece of property as well. Surprisingly, there on Yankee Street, during the war, a lot of runaway African Americans took up with the Federal Army, and after the Federal Army pulled out, a lot of the African Americans stayed in and around Yankee Street. So when I was a little kid, that was a little African American community down there on Yankee Street. And so, the remnants of the war continued, years later.
Okay.
So today, when we talk about Rebel Hill,
that's why.
That is why.
I always thought, I'm going to show my ignorance, that it was because the mascot of the high school.
Well, the reason the mascot of the high school was,
but it's the opposite.
It was the opposite. Now, Chatham Coffee really wanted a new high school built, and he was a Confederate officer and came back and helped start People's Bank here in McMinnville, and lived up there on Rebel Hill, and he slipped in and out of town a lot, even during Union occupation. So during the 19th Michigan, supposedly he slipped into town, and they did in encampments all over Rebel Hill, and he lived right on Rebel Hill and was able to slip in and slip out without ever being caught. But he wanted, toward his older days, he wanted to deed his property to the city for a new high school to be built on where his home was, there at the top of Rebel Hill. And that didn't happen. But a little bit later on, by the 1950s, the need for a new high school was there again. And so the city was able to buy the Ray property there where the middle school is today,
Mhm.
and it was City High School,
Right.
home of the Rebels. So they used, Rebel symbols and Confederate flags, had a cannon. Now, the cannon that's out at the fairgrounds actually was not a Confederate. It's painted gray, and they used it there at the high school and shot it off during ball games and all the above, marched it around the city in parades a lot. Instead, it sat on Courthouse Square for a long time, but then it was repaired and taken over to City High School. So, but the home of the Rebels continued until the consolidation of the schools in 1969, and where Central High School was, of course, that was a county school, but with no city high school, that's where a lot of the city residents had to go to high school when we ceased having a high school. And but during the Battle of Rebel Hill, where Bobby Ray is today, where the old Central High School was, a lot of residents, and you see it in movies sometimes, they sit up there in their wagons and sit up there and watch the battle. And watch the battle. Now, the Pennybaker House is still there, and there's a huge oak tree in the back that's as big as it's taller than the birthing tree.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
And about the same age, but you can see it if you look over from Bobby Ray's parking lot. You see that great big tree towering above that whole thicket of trees that's around the house, and that tree was going to be cut for firewood. And General Van Cleve liked Mrs. Pennybaker, and so we have the orders where he said there will be no trees cut on the Pennybaker place. And that's probably the only thing, because they were cutting trees down that saved it. For firewood, they were cutting trees for firewood just like crazy all over, and that big oak tree would have been a prize, bunch of firewood for a long time. So, we still, we still look at the Civil War as a major division. But one of the things our city did, I've mentioned it before, was when the war was over, the city and the county residents decided that federal occupation, they had enough of troops marching in the streets and occupying our city. And so the Unionist families and the rebel families decided to kind of shake hands and settle their differences. And we've got it in the city minutes where the city decided they were going to reorganize government, and Stokely Rowan was elected mayor, and so they wanted to get business back as usual, and get stores open and government back again, and clean up the courthouse, because the courthouse had been occupied by Union troops downtown, and the hotel where City Hall is today was as well. I mean, it was so. One thing that happened now, Nashville continued to be under federal occupation up through Reconstruction, but McMinnville didn't suffer that fate. The 19th Michigan left shortly after the war, and never came back. But the 19th Michigan's letters are in the university there, and they talk a lot about McMinnville and the residents and some of the things that happened here and some of the incidents.
Well, I tell you what, we need to take one more quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to continue this conversation a little bit more, okay? Everybody stick around. We'll be right back.
It's auction time in Tennessee. On Saturday, May 2nd at 10 a.m., we'll be selling 32.09 acres located at 6530 Short Mountain Road in Warren County. This is wooded recreational land with 2 ponds, great for hunting and fishing and enjoying the great outdoors. We will be selling this property at the Blues Hill Church of Christ at 7321 Short Mountain Road. For more info, go to dmsimpson.com or give us a call at 473-LAND.
Happy Millionaire's Day to you. Happy Millionaire's Day to you. Happy Millionaire's Day, dear Tennessee lottery player. Happy Millionaire's Day to you and many more. Want the chance to celebrate a $1 million win again and again? Play the Millionaire for Life game from the Tennessee Lottery. With drawings every day, you could win $1 million a year for life. Talk about a gift that never gets old. Millionaire for Life from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Good morning from Town Talk on WBMC. I'm Rob.
And I'm Raven, and we're inviting local businesses to join the Town Talk Breakfast Club.
Here's how it works. Just go to the Town Talk Facebook page, find the Breakfast Club post, and comment your business name to enter.
Every Friday, we'll draw one lucky winner live on air.
And you'll win a free fresh breakfast from your team at the cafe at Tree City.
They've rolled out a delicious new breakfast menu, fresh-made favorites, morning classics, and yes, coffee is included.
Join the Town Talk Breakfast Club only on WBMC.
McMinnville, you're a part of me. McMinnville, McMinnville, Tennessee. There's nothing like you anywhere around. I'm proud to say you're my hometown.
At Grace Family Pharmacy, we know keeping up with medications can feel overwhelming, especially when you're caring for someone you love. Our pill packaging service takes the stress off your shoulders. We sort and separate every dose into easy, tear-open daily pouches, customized to your exact schedule. Morning, noon, or night. Never miss a dose again. Perfect for caregivers, home health nurses, or anyone taking 5 or more medications. Give yourself peace of mind. Grace Family Pharmacy, because caring should be easier.
McMinnville, Tennessee.
For over 60 years, one name has stood for trust, value, heritage, and exceptional care. Ed Rogers Chevrolet in Sparta, Tennessee. From their outstanding service department to a fine selection of quality new and used vehicles, they're committed to doing things the right way. So whether you're looking for a new Chevrolet, car, truck, or SUV, you'll find real savings and the kind of stellar customer service that keeps people coming back for years to come. Ed Rogers Chevrolet in Sparta. The best deal and service you won't find anywhere else.
Back with the Allman Brothers.
Good morning. Welcome back to Town Talk with Raven and Rob. A big thank you to Superama Foods for being a great sponsor. They are located at 313 West Morford Street in historic downtown McMinnville, and they are open daily. Don't forget to download the Bright Owl app for all of the digital coupons, weekly ads, and Smart Zone alerts that pop right on your phone as you shop. Go visit our friends over at Superama. Tell them Raven and Rob sent you and that we said hey, and let them help you with all of your grocery needs. Thank you, Superama, for being a great sponsor of Town Talk. And we are back with Mr. Jimmy Haley, who is telling us the story of Rebel Hill and the Confederate and Union armies that were here during the Civil War and kind of how some of these names came about. We've talked about different houses, the Pennebaker House, and everything. And you were getting right into something else as we had to take a break there. So I'm going to let you have the floor again.
Yes, on Friday, like I said, someone just randomly gave me a printout of the court-martial report, which also includes a map of McMinnville from 1863 and some of the encampment areas and a little bit about the battle. But, people talked about Major Patterson and his court-martial and the occupation of McMinnville and Nashville for a long time. And so one of the things that was included with this was a report from the Nashville Banner, and it was reprinted from the New Arrow, which was a Reconstruction newspaper here. There's some kind of not factual stuff in here, but it might give you a little idea of this story. I thought I'd read it. It said in 1862, when Nashville fell, there was a likelihood of invasion for the Low Country. An old citizen of this place used to say, McMinnville is the safest spot on the American continent. It is on the way to nowhere. It has nothing in itself to attract soldiers or draw armies. It is defended on every side by lofty hills and therefore is a natural retreat for those who fly from danger. Let such refugees come here and be secure. Alas, for human foresight. Instead of realizing this cheerful anticipation, McMinnville from the beginning of occupation of Middle Tennessee to the end of the war was the scene of operations more or less extensive, often active and oftentimes disastrous to the civil aims and its prospects. It was fought over by innumerable cavalry bands and alternately possessed by Morgan and Wilder, Wheeler and Stoneman. If not contended for or occupied by legitimate commanders, it was considered good prey by the guerrillas of both sides, whose petty chieftains pillaged and destroyed, struggled and died in the streets and round about its suburbs. sitting upon the crown of one of the range of mountains and standing at the entrance of another. It was assailed from above and below, now by armies and now by marauders. In this way, it was nearly made way before the advent of peace. Its principal hotel had been converted into a stable, and the heads of fury, untamed cavalry steeds might be seen at any time peeping out of the parlor windows of homes. The female college, a new and handsome edifice, was used as a hospital. The Cumberland Presbyterian Church, the railroad depot, the cotton mills, the Spurlock warehouses, and 10 or dozen or more houses and businesses were burned to the ground by both armies. The railroad connecting the town with the outer world by the Manchester and Tullahoma was torn up, and every bridge and culvert pulled down. Fields were laid waste. Business and businessmen were driven off. Credit and confidence were obliterated. A cruel proportion of those who fought in the Army never returned, and not a type nor printing press in the New Era office was left to tell the mournful story or rouse the citizens to effort or appeal for help when the war came to an end.
Wow.
So it kind of sums up a little bit about, the perspective that here we thought we were safe, and we were one of the most vulnerable places in the Upper Cumberland. So, later on, I think, in trying to rebuild the city, it helped that the railroad had been there before, because it helped rebuild the wealth after the war, particularly with minerals and coal and lumber in particular, and then horses and then the nursery industry as well, creating quite a bit of wealth for the city of McMinnville. But it took a long time. One of the big things, of course, we talked about Miss Cunningham, and Mr. Magnus was getting a bank here. So getting First National Bank established was one of the main focuses of the community to bring
helping
some
to bring it
stability
back
there. Because during the war, the bank that we had, Buck White's Bank, closed because the Whites were Unionists, and they packed up and left and took their money. And Buck died during the war as well. But not having a bank was a horrible way to start off business again. There was no money, and most Confederate families had Confederate money, which was worthless, and had Confederate bonds, which were worthless, and so many of the wealthier families were basically destitute after the war, and a lot of taxes had not been paid, so paying up back taxes and all of this was a crucial thing too to keep possession of property.
Did they find that article just at our library, or where did they get that printed off from?
No. This had to do from a journal of genealogy and history from Middle Tennessee. It was it was published in it several years ago. Okay. And so they ran across it and gave me a copy of it. So I thought that was very nice of them. So I thought that would be a good way to
tie it together.
To tie it all together today. Particularly since I grew up on Rebel Hill and before we moved to the country, and it brought a lot of childhood memories back.
Yeah. All right.
A lot of us grew up on Rebel Hill, Raven. We might not have lived there.
We grew up there.
We grew up there from 8 to 3, 5 days a week.
I taught there forever too. So
I did not.
No.
Out there in Debril.
Usually out there in Debril, doing heaven knows what.
Of course, living on Rebel Hill when it was homecoming, all the parades, and the floats would come down Rebel Hill right in front of our house, and so that was exciting too. Particularly, I had older sisters who went to high school there, so a lot of times they were on homecoming court floats and all that sort of stuff. So I could throw rocks at them.
Nice place to put a high school when you don't think about the fact that someday little fat kids with a 40-pound drum strapped to their waist will have to walk up and down
the hill.
to it. Yeah. Thanks for that,
and every
guys.
teenager would have a car and no place to park it. So
nowhere to park.
So that was but that's the way it was.
All right. Well, Mr. Haley, thank you so much for coming on today and our history lessons that you give us each and every month. We appreciate you being here.
So fascinating to think about our town, our little town that we know so well, being occupied by the military. And, they decided we're going to help you reestablish government and services to people because some of them run roughshod.
Right.
And then 1 minute, who knows, one day you're controlled by these guys, the next by the other guys. Yeah. It's hard to wrap my head around when I look around McMinnville and go, that was a fort.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah.
It is.
Check this stuff out, y'all. There's maps and all kinds of things online you can look at, and you can see.
Mhm.
Oh, I know what this is. Not this is a church now, but it was a college, and then it was a this, and it was.
History's cool, Rob.
I know. You won't get no argument from me.
All right, well, we are going to take a break again. Thank you, Mr. Haley, for
Thank
coming
you.
on. We will see you next month. Everybody stick around. This is going to be your last call for birthdays because when we come back, somebody's winning some Captain D's.
Yeah, they are.
We'll be right back with more Town Talk.
About 1825, I left Tennessee very much alive. I never would have got through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been riding on the Tennessee stuff.
Do you want to know what makes NHC Healthcare Warren County's finest and the best of the best? Let me tell you. It's partners like Diane Wood and Hobie Stewart who put their hearts into everything they do. It's also volunteers like Peggy, Miss Scarlett, Garrett, and John who are dedicated to brightening the patients' days. To see them in action, visit us at 928 Old Smithville Road, where we are caring in a better way, day by day.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Pioneer Building Supply, where good business make good friends.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Enter a world of action, suspense, comedy, and romance at 3 Star Cinema, where the latest stars shine and the perfect movie captivates you. Now showing
Project Hail Mary rated PG-13. The Super Mario Galaxy movie rated PG. The Mummy rated R. You, Me, and Tuscany rated PG-13. Reminders of Him rated PG-13.
Call the 24-hour movie line for showtimes at 473-7600. Experience your hometown movies at 3 Star Cinema.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. Let me, Sabrina Keaton, help you turn your life goals into accomplishments. Here at Security Federal Savings Bank, we can assist you with buying a car, debt consolidation, purchasing a home, or remodeling your current home. Whatever your needs are, we will keep it simple at Security Federal Savings Bank. We look forward to serving you and building relationships that last generations. Security Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Why don't you head over to Chicken Chef and enjoy a fresh made-to-order meal or choose from the all-time favorite like the Chicken Nugget Dinner. Stop in for breakfast, order right off the menu with sausage, gravy, fresh homemade biscuits, or try their delicious tenderloin, egg, and cheese biscuit, just to name a few. Whatever your taste buds call for, you're sure to find it at Chicken Chef. They've been serving Warren and surrounding counties for over 40 years. Stop in today, Chicken Chef on the Strip in McMinnville. You can call your order in to go at 473-5020.
Great job, Christian. Great job. Welcome back to Town Talk, and it is almost time for birthday winners. We'll be doing that here in just a second. But before we get to It's Your Birthday, we are going to give you some national holidays and some celebrity birthdays for today.
Holiday.
So obviously, first on that list is 420.
Whatever that means.
There you go.
Well, I don't know what you mean, but okay. Whatever you say.
That's just what it says, 420.
Yeah, something you and your friends are into, whatever.
Oh, my gosh. It is also
My gosh, Becky.
Lima Bean Respect Day.
Mad respect
I
for the lima
love lima beans.
Gross.
I love
You
them.
are nasty. Get out of here with
loved
that.
it. I always loved working at Cracker Barrel because on Saturdays the vegetable of the day was lima beans, and they had the best lima beans. They were so good, swimming in all that butter.
You know why it was on Saturdays? I knew know this because I also worked at Cracker Barrel.
Why do you know?
Because lima beans are gross and disgusting, and that's the day that the most people are at Cracker Barrel. So the only way they could get rid of them was make them vegetable of the day because they taste like dirt, just like every other
No,
bean.
I would-
and I will die on that hill.
I would literally order a grilled chicken tender plate with the 4 tenders and 2 sides of lima beans because I loved them so much.
You're gross.
Well, okay. it's
You're
also look-alike
gross.
day.
It is.
No, we don't
Look
alike.
like what? No, we don't
Yeah.
look like anybody.
National Cheddar Fries Day.
Now you're talking. There's a vegetable of the day right there. Cheddar fries.
Okay. I wouldn't consider that a vegetable, but it's a side item. National Stop Snoring Week.
No.
Do you snore?
Like a freight train.
Okay. Well, you got to stop it this week.
Okay, I'll do my best. I don't think anyone's going to complain.
Oh, it's also Allergy Awareness Week. We need to be aware of those. Every Kid Healthy Week. Okay.
Well, shouldn't that be every week, you guys? Come on.
Oh, apparently it's also MS Week, National MS Week. We
Didn't
have a
you
whole
guys-
month.
didn't
Why
you
do we
just have a month?
Yeah, we did, but I don't know we have a week too. That's kind of odd, but
Give you people an inch, you take a mile. Come
there
on.
we go. National MS Week. Okay. All right, so there's your national holidays. Let's give you a couple celebrity birthdays. Let's see if we recognize anybody. First two lines, nope. Goodness gracious, is anybody born today?
A lot of people are born today.
Shemar Moore.
Shamar Moore.
He is in.
Oh, he was that handsome fella on Criminal Minds.
Yes, Criminal Minds. That's
Oh.
correct. Yep. Mm-hmm. I was trying to think of
I'll
what
go
show
ahead.
he was in.
I'll give him one. You.
Oh, Luther Vandross.
Big Luther or Little Luther?
He died in 2005.
He's skinny Luther now, boy.
Okay. Carmen Electra. Oh, you know her.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Formerly married to the Worm, Dennis Rodman.
Also Jessica Lange.
Jessica Lange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's been in a
She was
lot
Bonnie.
of stuff.
She was Bonnie and Clyde. She was in the King Kong remake in 78.
American Horror Story.
Sure
She's
enough.
been in bunches of those.
Mm-hmm. You?
Let's see. Oh, Miranda Kerr. She is my favorite Victoria's Secret supermodel. I don't think she is anymore, but she was in like the 2010 era.
I can't tell any of those girls apart.
Yeah, you could if you saw their face.
Well, there's your problem right there.
Okay. She was married to Orlando Bloom for a minute.
She
I think.
was.
I think so.
Well, look at him.
Yeah, I think they have a kid together. But
Attaboy.
Joey Lawrence. You know who he is?
Whoa.
It's his birthday.
He's never not played a character called Joey.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
I think his name was even Joey in that Rest Stop movie. You ever see that?
Maybe
don't bother.
Maybe that's his requirement to do
Maybe.
the job. Is he has to just go by his regular name. Andy Serkis.
Oh, we know him. He's in Marvel movies. He's also Gollum. He's Caesar in the Planet of the
Gollum.
Apes remakes.
Okay.
Yeah, he does a lot of that CGI stuff. But he's in the Marvel movies. I can't remember his character's name, but he gets his arm cut off. You know what I'm talking about? Ulysses Claw. Yeah, he's in a couple of Marvel movies.
I don't know, but okay. Crispin
Glover,
Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Marty McFly, or George McFly.
George
Pardon,
McFly,
George.
but he is not Marty McFly. But
He's in a great movie. I'm going to recommend to the audience. Find the movie River's Edge and watch it. Make sure there are no kids in the house. He's in it and he's great.
Okay. Well, and apparently this guy was Daredevil. Felix Baumgartner.
He was Daredevil.
That's what it says. He passed away in 2025, but it says he was Daredevil.
Maybe he was a Daredevil. I don't know. Maybe
He's not the Daredevil.
Not the Daredevil.
Austrian Daredevil who set the skydiving record by falling from 24 miles above the Earth's surface.
Was he that guy?
In October 2020 or in 2012.
He's that guy.
Reached an estimated speed of 1,357 kilometers an hour during his descent.
And he's passed away now?
He passed away in July of 25.
Wow.
Wow.
You remember that
he's
when he
pretty young,
he
too.
he skydived from space.
Yeah, clearly that's what I just
Yeah,
read.
yeah.
I did.
You don't remember that video back in 2012?
No.
Pretty wild.
Okay, well that's all I got for you on celebrity birthdays and national holidays, and we need to let Ronnie in because it is 8:56.
Get him up in here. Oh, we talked about it earlier, but these are the people that's birthdays were submitted today for the Captain Days giveaway. Here we go. Hit it, ladies.
Happy birthday, baby.
Happy birthday to these 420 babies. Y'all do what you need to do with that. Happy birthday to Justin Holt, Paul Kring, Cynthia Hale, Rex Denny. Rex is 9. Don't be celebrating 420, Rex. Brittany Pettigo, Stephanie Hawkins, Joe Mabe, Barry David Lyle, Dawn Christian, and a very special happy birthday
Happy birthday, baby.
to today's winner of the Captain D's gift certificate. Happy birthday, Tim Latimer.
Happy birthday. Congratulations, Tim. You can pick that gift certificate up anytime in the next 30 days during regular business hours here at the radio station at 230 West Colville Street in historic downtown McMinnville. Rob will have that gift certificate ready for you momentarily after we get off air, waiting at the front desk. Thank you to all of our listeners who submitted names for everybody celebrating today. And happy birthday to everybody celebrating. Hope that you have a wonderful birthday. We've had a great show today. Our kicking the week off for Monday, April 20th. It's going to be a good week, Rob.
I hope so.
I hope so, too.
Let's all have a good one. It's going to be busy, but let's just remember, guys, we're one day closer to Friday.
Yeah. Thank goodness. I just got to make it all the way through a week first. But you know what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be great. We're going to do it here each and every day on Town Talk. And we appreciate all of our listeners for being here with us. And, Rob, I'm not really sure what you said about
I'm not sure what I said
6
either.
minutes ago. But Sarah Wiltshire Saylor also basically screamed Rob in the comments as well. So do you know what you said? Because I don't remember what you said.
I don't remember at all. What
it was
6
very
minutes ago?
much a Rob.
Oh, maybe
it was one of those.
Was it the Victoria's Secret? I don't look at their faces.
Oh, that might have been it. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. You guys are going to have to start transcribing. If
that
you're
might
gonna,
have been it.
If you're going to critique, transcribe. I've got to have some context from you.
Because as soon as it leaves our mouth, we really don't remember what we said.
No idea.
Yeah,
Yep.
no. And Tracy Hitchcock did also say that she loves lima beans as well. So
maybe it was that I said lima beans are gross and disgusting and taste like dirt.
might have been, but
Maybe.
I think they're delicious.
All beans, in fact.
No,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
beans. Green beans are my favorite bean.
Now green beans I'll take.
Love green beans.
Everything else, no.
Nothing. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, we're going to have to wrap up here because we are running out of time. I do want to say one more quick thank you to our friend Bruce Vensenal, who brought me this very, very cool pirate knife from the Black Sails
You're
show.
just going to run around all day with a knife, aren't you?
Absolutely am. This is so cool. Thank you, Bruce. We appreciate you.
Everybody up here at Raven Young Designs, all those people over on
Watch
Street.
out.
Everybody there's probably a meeting today she has to go to. I apologize in advance.
We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks for being here.
Can't fool myself, I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy.
Talk Radio, WBMC, and translator